Morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Wednesday. Halfway through our week. And what a week it's been. You know, a week full of ups and downs, and I have a feeling life will continue to go up and down. So this is when we rely on our practice. Just to let you know, every day at 9 a.m., we have our heated yoga classes inside. We have lots of space for socially distancing. Starting this Friday, because of the mandatory mask rule, we'll all be masked up until further notice. So we really appreciate your cooperation with that. We don't set the rules for this, and it's important for all of us to remain healthy and to be able to continue to practice so that we have this safety net of community, this safety net of breath to come back to. So we appreciate it. We appreciate you, and we're going to get to practice. My name is Kat, and I'll be guiding you on this practice for today. I want to encourage you to either come down onto your back, or you might come into a seated position for this beginning meditation, and just creating some space. Creating space for your breath. Letting that breath seep into any of those nooks and crannies of tension. Letting there be this softening that happens. Let the jaw soften. Notice what steals your attention at this moment. It could be something physical. It might be something mental. It could even be a combination of the two. I want you to take a lot of space. Let the breath take space. Let your body take space. As we bring all of our attention and awareness to this present moment, there might be a waterfall of emotions that start to flood through. And that's okay. It might feel confusing, or you might have no problem just to settle into softening. And this is the journey of life, is this ebb and flow, the highs and lows. Notice how you navigate the waves of life. Where do you direct your attention? How do you walk your path? At times it feels like we trudge through life, and other times we feel light as a feather. But nonetheless, the journey is yours. Become aware of the sounds that you hear in this moment. Sounds from within your space. Sounds that might try to steal your attention. Maybe you're focusing in on my voice. Or maybe there's a way that you can get lost in the space between the sounds. Now let that breath start to connect deeper. Imagine you're breathing all the way as low as you can, the bottoms of the feet. Take in air. The belly blossoms open, the ribs expand. There is light and length that we're creating. And as you exhale, follow that breath out. Let it all go. Letting that breath be as expansive as it can be. What is it like for all of your attention, all of your awareness to just be immersed within the breath? Your job right now is just to focus in on the breath. Imagining you can open all the doors and windows of your senses to take in what needs to be taken in. How long is the breath? How slow can you make the breath? That breath is a tool for us to soften our nervous system, to come back home to the source of you. Recently, I've been talking about how those external forces impact us internally. This is a beautiful internal key that can unlock any of that tension. So anytime it feels like that world is cascading away from you, just connect back to the breath. Close your eyes and just immerse yourself in breath. Giving yourself just 2 more long, slow breaths in. And a longer, slower breath out. And 1 more. And just pause after that exhale and just come back to your natural breath. Maybe even now you feel changed. Take a deep breath in. And exhale through the nose. And 1 more deep breath in. And out. We'll take our time to maybe keep your eyes closed or to softly let the eyes open, and we'll come down onto our backs. As you come down onto your back, I encourage you to just allow for those knees to hug in towards the chest. Noticing what it feels like for your back to be supported, for the body to be held. Gently allow those knees to rock from side to side a few times. As they rock from side to side, you might choose to start to circle out those ankles, pointing and flexing and circling any way that feels right for the ankles, for the knees. Even open and close your jaw a bunch of times to create an opening. Maybe stick out your tongue. This offers us the opportunity, especially when your eyes are closed, it offers us this chance to do the weird. So often in life, we do, I guess, what's expected of us. We try to create this role of who we are. And I'm here to say that we can smash through any of those words that we've given ourselves, any of those roles, and just be your free expression. Gently kicking the feet up towards the sky. You can bend and straighten the legs, circle out the ankles. Maybe the arms reach up above the mat and you can relax them. Notice what it feels like to just indulge in the senses The legs can open up into a straddle. And just see what it feels like to play. So when I get stressed out a lot, yoga is my first lifeline to bring me back. And then I hike, which I talk about a lot, because I think it gives us this chance to just explore and to be childlike, to get lost. Slowly bringing the right knee into the chest, drop the left foot down to the ground. Knee can be bent on the left side or the leg can be extended. Hands go on top of that right shin with the fingers interlaced. Now, in this wind removing pose, I encourage you to let the knee rock from side to side. Noticing what it feels like within that right hip. Maybe what has happened over sleep last night. And then gently just allow for the right knee to open to the right side. We're coming into our supported tree pose. So the right foot is going to go to the left thigh. There is this external opening from the right hip. It's okay if that left hip lifts off of the mat a little bit, not a problem. And you might bring a little bit of extra support underneath the right knee. Arms, again, can go anywhere that feels good. For me, it feels nice to just extend them up overhead and let everything be soft. Take a deep breath in. Notice how baseline for us might be a tense jaw. So soften the jaw and come back to the breath. Give yourself one more breath here. And out. And then we'll take that knee, bring it back into the chest, grab on with the left hand, and draw the knee over to the left side. As we find our spinal twist, you might start to stagger the knees if you need a little bit more support, or bring any kind of blocks, support underneath that right knee. Encourage any kind of movement that feels right for you. I'm a bouncer, so I'm constantly just bouncing my body in, letting it go. Take another deep breath in and out. And then we'll come back up to center, dropping right foot down. Left knee comes into the chest. Now, as you interlace your hands on top of that left shin, do it the weird way. You know what I mean. Switch that grip a little bit, and you can just rock the knee from left to right. As you rock that knee from left to right, maybe circling out the left ankle feels good. You can even extend that right leg down the mat. Keep your eyes closed and tune into the sensations that are right there for you. How mindful can we be with our own body? How much awareness can we bring into the movements that we're creating? Take a deep breath in and out. And then from here, we're going to drop the knee over to the left side, coming into a supported tree pose. What's so interesting for me, a lot of times when I feel like my body is antsy, redirecting into breath and finding stillness is really important. Just so that we can direct our focus in a way that feels good, in a way that feels productive. So notice, as you digest what's happening around in the world, notice how you redirect your actions. While chaos is maybe coming in around us, are there ways that we can still cultivate kindness and compassion, mercy for all of us, for the choices that we make? Because all of us do it with the best of intentions. There's no guidebook in life. We're just trying to live the best way we know how. Slowly start to lift that knee up. Use the right hand to grab onto the left knee and cross it over to the right side, releasing the left arm, relaxing the shoulder. Again, offering any support underneath that left knee that feels comfortable for you. Maybe start to bend the right knee. So there's a staggering of the knees, or stacking might feel really good for you. And again, I'm a bouncer. It feels good to just offer a little gentle bounce. If that doesn't feel good for you, don't do it. Let it go. Take a deep breath in and out. Slowly coming back to center. Bring both feet down to the mat, coming into a bridge formation. Hands are going to come by your hips. Just get those shoulders away from the ears. Create length within the back of the neck. As you press into the heels, press that lower back into the mat and start to lift the hips up to the sky on your inhale. As you exhale, curling through the spine, lower down, move with the breath. So your job right here is just to focus on that lifting of the hips, the curling of that back, and then the exhale releases you down. See if you can unlock your toes. A lot of times we curl into those toes. I want to encourage you to create space within the feet. See if you can get this motion and the breath to match, to move as smoothly as we can. It's good when you think about all in life that we have to do at this present moment is just to be here. Be here with our feelings, be here with our sensations. Notice how much activity you're adding into what it is you're doing, or if you need a little bit of permission, be as compassionate with these movements as you need. After all, I'm here to guide you during your practice, but how you choose to move your body is up to you. In that way, you have total permission to do what feels right, what feels good. Maybe that's getting a lot of this dirt processed, or maybe it feels good to just let everything slide away. Give yourself just 2 more breaths, moving at your pace, pressing into the heels, squeezing those inner thighs together. Now, the next time you have those hips up towards the sky, press them up, hold it up there. Squeeze those inner thighs together, activate the glutes, feel the stretch coming from the quads. Take a deep breath in. Notice how something that can feel like a challenge, we can still offer a soft breath. We can still be kind on our body even though there's strength that's coming from within. Take 1 more deep breath in, squeezing into those upper arms on the ground. And on your exhale, release down nice and slowly. Once you've done that, hug those knees in towards the chest. Let them rock side to side. All right, feet down on the ground. Hands are going to go behind the back of the head, letting there be a little bit of a pillow, a little bit of a hammock for the head. I want you to press the heels into the ground, press that lower back into the ground. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, lift the right knee, draw left shoulder to the right knee. Inhale, come back to center, lowering foot and head down. Exhale, left knee lifts, right shoulder to the left knee. Inhale, lower down. Exhale to twist. It's funny, I have forgotten as we alternate how nice the heat can be. Like, we've had this opportunity here at Mystic Fitness to practice outside, and we did that all the way up until last week. And it was pretty amazing to get to practice outside, hearing the birds, hearing traffic, hearing all of the chaos of the world around us, and letting that be what brings us back to this like humbling sense of distraction. And now we're back to heat. So as the cold weather starts to come in, our doors are always open. And we will be wearing masks and keeping everyone as healthy as we can until that mandate is over. But I guess the big thing is we're going to be doing it together. And when you're doing things together, it feels a little bit more manageable. Hopefully I'm distracting you enough. 1 more time per side. Hug that right knee in, hug that left knee in at your own pace, drawing abs in rather than puckering them out. And then relax, hugging those knees in, nice minute. Let them rock, circle at the ankles. So you can come back to doing that little alternating march, or we can come more into our bicycle crunches. So feet will be lifted at that 90-degree angle, ankles at 90, knees at 90, hips at 90, hands behind the back of the head. Lift the head and shoulders off the mat. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, extend the left leg, the left shoulder to the right knee. There we go. Inhale back to center. Exhale, opposite direction. Inhale back to center. Exhale to curl. Inhale back to center. Good. Exhale to curl. So as you're doing this, I want you to think about shoulder coming up and over, not elbow. So each and every time we're lifting up through our whole midsection, through our obliques, trying to get that activation. Go as slow as you can. And then the other thing I want you to do, so you're not using your neck here, I want you to really press the head into the hands, press the hands into the head. Now focus on that attention. That's all you have to focus on, is that squeezing of your abdominals. We have 10 more seconds. You can do anything for 10 seconds. Just focus on the breath, which might mean you come into pause. We're still actively moving our body. You have about 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center, relax. Rock those knees side to side. Okay, we're doing one more set of it. 30 seconds. That's it. 30 seconds. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. So are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, me too. Lift the head and shoulders, come into that reverse tabletop position. 30 seconds starts now. Going as fast as it feels comfortable for you, breathing into it, twisting that upper body. Maybe you want it to go slow, but I want you to focus. Get out anything you need to get out. Breathe. You have 10 more seconds. Here we go for our last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right? We start from within. So how do we get that core activation to move throughout our whole practice? We'll be working on that now. Extend arms, extend legs, circle at the ankles, wiggle the toes. Take a deep breath in. Let it all go. Hug those knees into the chest. You can rock forwards and backwards a few times, or if you choose, you can roll onto your side. And we'll eventually make our way into our seated position. As we come into seated, hands can come to heart space, gently bowing your chin. Noticing even from the beginning of class to now, how things change, how we change. I'd like to start our practice with the sound of Om. So we'll first take a cleansing breath. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. Inhale. May we let mercy guide us, love, compassion. May we fall back on our breath. And may we use the tools to guide us to live with peace. Come into your tabletop position. And again, you can tent the fingers, fist the hands. Or the hands can be straight down. We'll find just a few cats and cows, letting tailbone lift, chest open, drawing shoulders away from the ears, and on your exhale, rounding the back, pressing it up to the sky, even shifting forwards and backwards to open up the back, lift the tailbone, open up the heart space, and exhale to round. And just 2 more times, moving at the pace that feels right for you. And exhale to round. One more time. Letting hips press back to heels, child's pose. Those arms can extend to the front of your mat, fingertips pressing down into the earth, or you can be really soft with those elbows. I encourage you to just let the body rock from side to side, just moving within the hips, wiggling tailbone around, letting there be just maybe even a gentle massage as you roll the forehead from side to side. And if there's any pressure in the knees that doesn't feel good, wedge a pillow between the backs of the knees, between the hamstrings and the calves. Take one more deep breath in and out. You can come here anytime you need to just pause, to relax, to release, and to let go. Slowly taking your time, coming up into your tabletop position. From here, right foot is going to go to the back of your mat. With the right foot at the back of your mat, tucking the toes underneath, I want you even to press back into the heel. Maybe a gentle shifting forwards, backwards, or a tighter little bounce can help to alleviate some of the pressure within the calf. Even wiggling the hips a little bit, shake out the head yes and no. And then slowly lift that left knee to a hover. Maybe it comes up high, maybe that feels better for you, or maybe you can stay into this really stacked plank position. Take a deep breath in, draw those abs in as much as you can. And then exhale, release that left knee down. And then drop the right heel to the left. We'll open up into a side plank. And if you need a little bit more support, that left foot can open up to the left side of your mat. The right arm is up to the sky. If pressure on the wrists is too much on the left, come onto fingertips. It's all good. Notice how you can adjust the weight that you're stacking on your body. Take a deep breath in and reach the right hand to the front of your mat. Find length from the right toes all the way to the fingers. And then on your exhale, release the right hand down, right knee down. Left foot to the back of your mat. Dig the toe into the earth, even shifting forwards, backwards. Notice what that feels like. Tight little presses, move the hips. Permission to express your body any way that feels right for you. Granted, so take it. Finding a nice tight plank, we're gonna lift that right knee and foot to a hover. It's all good, even the foot down, there's still so much to be gained from there, so it's all good. Literally, life is all good. Take one more deep breath in. And on your exhale, release right knee down, drop the left heel to the right, and open up left arm to the sky. Coming into our side plank. Notice what that feels like to encourage some opening. As an option, you can start to extend that left arm towards the front of your mat. Get a big peeling of the hip. One more deep breath in. And exhale, release the left hand down and the knee down. We're gonna walk our hands back, coming into a kneeling position. Our kneeling position, hands are gonna be in front. Squeeze those inner thighs in towards each other. With a flat back, start to lean back and then press to come up. And lean back and press to come up. We're gonna do it one more time. Lean back and press to come up. Now hands to hips, we're gonna modify it a little bit, see what it feels like. We're gonna press those hips back towards the heels like you're about to sit, but don't sit. Then lean back from here and then squeeze those quads to come up. Yeah, so hips back, torso back, drive from those hips to come up. 3 more times, hips back, torso back, squeeze to come up. 2 more times, hips, torso, up. Yeah, lots of quad action, right? Lots of quads. And up. Reach those arms up to the sky. Drop right hand down. Left hand is going to stretch up and over. So it's interesting, something I think about a lot. is we don't want flexibility without strength. Inhale, come on up. And we don't want flexibility. No, we don't want strength without the flexibility. There we go. It's important for us to have that kind of mixture of the two so our body stays healthy. So we can move, push, pull in a very strong, healthy, safe way. Arms up, hands go behind the back of the head. Now lean back with the head, feeling that opening of the chest. Now this is a good place for you to focus, squeeze the quads, make sure there's no pressure in the lower back. Neutralize the back as much as you can. Take a deep breath all the way to the top of the heart space. And out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Walk those hands forward. Start to circle out hips, ribs, shoulders. Getting as big in these movements as it feels right for you. Letting there be any kind of free play that feels right for you. Take 2 more breaths. And after your next exhale, I want you to press yourself into a knee plank. So maybe those knees move back a little bit further. Hands are going to be underneath the shoulders, fingertips facing forward. If you have any kind of shoulder issues, elbows go out. Fingertips might face in slightly towards each other. If not, shoulders strong, healthy, happy, then what we're going to do each and every time you lower down, those elbows are going to skim to the ribs. I want you to keep that body as flat as you can so chest hits before the belly. Once you're down here, squeeze your glutes, press the tops of the feet into the mat. Notice how knees lift. Inhale, head, shoulders lift off the mat. Gaze is going to stay down. Think about the back of the neck, how it lengthens. Create lots of space there. Squeeze more in your glutes. Inhale, and exhale, release down. Lift your butt up 1 inch, and then press up, tabletop position. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, roll up, tabletop position. We're going to do it again. Press forward. Hands might have to adjust. Notice what it feels like here to find that knee plank. There's no such thing as something that's too easy. It means you haven't adapted the body to it. So let the body be immersed in it. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, slow descent. Elbows draw back towards the ribs. Chest hits before the belly. Once we make our way down there, squeeze the glutes, tops of the feet press into the mat. Inhale, head, shoulders lift up, baby cobra. Squeeze those shoulders away from the ears, create lots of space, soften the jaw. Take 1 more deep breath in here. And exhale to release down. Inhale, press up, tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, press up, tabletop, tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Open up the feet to the wide sides of the mat. I say that a lot. It feels good to do it. Notice what it feels like for you to take up more space in this world. You know, I think a lot of times, I have a 2-year-old, and I think about what happened through us on our journey. Maybe the journey of not feeling seen or heard. A lot of times kids move, they shake, they make noise, and a lot of times we tell them to shh, to be still. So it's so interesting that as I relate to all of this, how sometimes it's just good for us to move, to shimmy, to shake, to explore. Stillness might not be the prescription for that moment, but it might be too. Take a deep breath in and out. On your inhale, roll forward into a plank. Now on your exhale, we're going to press back into a super soft down dog. Inhale forward into our plank. And exhale, super soft down dog. Inhale forward into our plank. Now super soft down dog, lion's breath, let it go. Inhale forward into plank. And exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, make a funny face even if it's just to yourself. And exhale, let it go. Take your time, walk those feet towards the hands to come into your forward fold. Elbows can come on thighs, or you might come into more of a ragdoll position, grabbing onto opposite elbows. Shake the head yes and no. Give yourself one more deep breath in right here. And let it go. What do you need to let go of today? I could probably give you a laundry list of things. Inhale, bend those knees. Stand up tall. Arms are going to stretch up to the sky. Reach up tall. And on your exhale, sink into your chair. Inhale, stand up tall. And exhale, chair. Inhale, stand up tall. Find length. And exhale, chair. We're going to continue to just move, maybe a little bit faster, a little bit slower, for 30 seconds. I love chair because I think about it, all forces are driving us down, yet our torso is trying to remain tall, to remain with length. So how do we create that length when gravity, when the world might be trying to pull us down? For 3, 2, and 1. Stay down low. Now open up your feet to about hips distance apart, so there's a little bit of space there. On your inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, right through the center. Inhale up, over to the right, and let those arms go. Inhale up, straight down. Inhale up to the left. Up. Through the nose. Good practice for us. Inhale. Last time. Last one to the left. Come back up to center. And exhale, come into our Tadasana. Feel the strength within your own body. Feel the power from the feet going up through the crown of our head. How can we still stand tall when the wind blows against us? When we feel the storm, how do we see the beauty from within each breath? It's you and me. Shifting the weight over to that right foot, left knee lifts. Now bring your hands to your hips, and we're going to step that foot back. Keep that torso hinging forward. We're going to step forward, bring that left knee into the chest. And then we're going to step it back. And then knee into chest, and step it back. Knee into chest, and step it back. Now, as you bring that knee into chest, you might lift that right heel, strengthening up our ankles. Winter is coming. And with winter comes, yeah. And a lot of times when I'm focusing on my balance, I focus only on the leg that's moving, and I feel like it gives me a little bit of extra drive. Or if you want last couple, you could bounce, adding a little hop. Hops are good for our bones, makes you go crazy. And last one. Pausing down low, relax those shoulders. Reach those arms up to the sky. Find your crescent lunge. Deep bend within the right knee, left heel's lifted. Lift up the corners of your mouth. Take one more deep breath in and out. One more. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, hands to the earth. Get a block underneath that left hand. Relax those shoulders away from the ears. Deep breath in. And on your exhale, right arm reaches up to the sky. Squeeze back leg, front leg in towards each other. On your next inhale, release right hand down to the earth. Left heel is going to drop over to the right side of your mat. Before we pop up into warrior two, make sure feet are nice and even, either T, front heel going into the arch of the back leg, or heel to heel. On your inhale, come on up, warrior two. You should feel something within that right leg. Yeah? A little something, something, warmth. Yeah. So notice how that kind of warmth, that kind of pressure can happen at us at any point. How do you adjust? Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. And exhale. Maybe it's about readjusting our sails. Inhale up. And exhale down. Stay down low. Flip the front hand up to the sky. Inhale, reach right hand up, left hand down. And then on your exhale, right elbow comes down towards the right knee, left arm sweeps up, bicep and ear. Get nice and close to each other. Draw that left shoulder back and away. Inhale, come on up. We are going to find Ardha Chandrasana, so standing half moon. If you do not have a block in front of you, no worries. Adjust your body as you see fit. So, weight goes on that right foot. That left leg starts to lift. As you start to tip forward, maybe you grab onto a block, bring it in front of the right foot, about a foot, 18 inches or so. The left knee can bend and straighten as you see fit. The eyes can stay looking down, looking sideways, or the hardest is up to the sky. Or close your eyes and we fall over. Don't close your eyes, keep them open. Keep them open, let's see what we're doing. A wall for this is also a beautiful place. Take one more deep breath in and out. Now bend that right knee and plant left foot to the back of your mat. Come on up. Right toes are going to face the left side of your mat. Interlace the hands behind the back. Open up the heart space. On your exhale, hinge forward. Lead with the heart. Head, neck, shoulders release down. Try to get those shoulders away from the ears. Or do the opposite, squeeze them in. And then release the hands down to the ground. Shaking out the head yes and no. You can choose to do some side-to-side lunges. It feels pretty good. Or you can stay still if you want. What gives me hope in this world is people like my niece. I have a young niece, and she is a feisty one, and I love it. Because this world is going to be hers within a few years. And if we have more people like that who want to fight for that good fight, then I know we'll be good. Come into center, shake out the head yes and no. Now bending those knees, we're going to roll up to standing. We're going to have a shift of perspective. Left foot goes to the back of your mat. Follow along with me for a ride. We're going to take that right ankle, swing it on top of the left thigh. Kind of one of my favorites. I love hip openers. Draw the shoulders down and back. Take a deep breath in. Now you might stay here, or you might start to hinge forward. As you hinge forward, you might start to encourage the left knee to bend. Hands can go against a wall if you need support, or on the right leg. Take a deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in and out. Slowly lifting up to center. Unhook the right foot, step open into goddess position. And we move our bodies any way we see fit. Sink those knees down. Keep that body as upright as possible. Find a mudra for your hands. It could be hands to heart space. And I want you just to connect. Relax those toes. Sink down as low as it feels comfortable for you. Things don't become easier. Our body just gets stronger. We adapt. We are meant to have that kind of fortitude, to have that kind of strength. Relax the neck. Notice what's happening within the body. Give yourself 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Now slowly come on up. Relax the fingers, toes to the front of your mat to the right. Arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step a right foot to the back of your mat, plank. Take a deep breath in and out. 1 more deep breath in and out. Now knees to earth or not. Inhale as you exhale, high plank to low plank. Inhale, either upward facing dog or cobra, dealer's choice. And then exhale, find your way into your downward facing dog. Or child's pose. It's hot. You do what feels right for you. Take a deep breath in and out through the nose. Bending those knees, look forward. Walk, hop, or step your feet to the front of your mat. Bending those knees, hands to the thighs. Inhale, roll up to standing. Arms will sweep up to the sky. And exhale, hands come to our heart space. Shifting the weight over to that left leg, right knee lifts. Pause here. Notice where you are. Hands can go to hips or do whatever feels good for your balance. We're going to step that foot back, and then knee comes into the chest. Foot steps back, and then knee into chest. So best thing that I can suggest for this is to Care Bear stare at an unmoving spot on the ground. So your dog's tail that's wagging, not the best spot. To me, it's always like when I notice something's dirty on my rug where I'm like, wow, is that there? Little distraction maybe never hurts us. So as we do this, you might start to get a little faster, maybe lifting up that left heel, strengthening our ankle, our foot, our body, our mental fortitude. We got this. We have 10 more seconds. If you want to add a hop, that might feel good, like good, bad, you know what I mean. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, step it back, pause, torso up. Is your heart rate up? Mine might be. Take a deep breath in and out, slow it down. Arms reach up to the side. Find your crescent lunge. We're pausing. So we have stillness and pause, or movement and pause, movement and pause. Relax the left toes. Are they clenching? Take 1 more deep breath in. And on your exhale, release the hands down to the earth. Inhale, the right hand goes on a block or straight down on the mat. On your exhale, left arm sweeps up to the sky. Squeeze back leg, front leg in towards each other. Hug shoulder blades in. 1 more deep breath in. And exhale, release hand down. Drop the right heel to the left side. Look at your base. Look at this foundation before popping up into your warrior 2. That left leg should feel some warmth. Lots of love, right? That's all we're saying to our body is, we got this. We're gonna have 2 of those jumping jacks. Inhale, straighten the front leg, arms reach up. Exhale down through the nose. Inhale up. And exhale down. Pause here, relax the shoulders. Keep that front knee bent and stacked. Flip the hand up to the sky. Left arm stretches up. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Notice, did you straighten that left leg? If so, bend. Take a deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in. And on your exhale, left elbow down, right arm stretches up, bicep and ear, get nice and close to each other. Relax the right shoulder. Imagine you're leaning back on a wall. Let the support be a part of this posture. On your inhale, pressing into the feet, torso comes up. Ardha Chandrasana. So bringing the weight into that left foot, we adjust. Block goes in front of that left foot. Right leg starts to lift. So you can bend and straighten. I get to cheat here. You can't tell though. There's no such thing as cheating in yoga. There's support and not support. And that's, I think, maybe some of the issue with today, is that soft is seen as a weakness. And it's just not. Slowly bend that left knee and plant right foot to the back of your mat. Straightening the left leg. All toes are going to go to the right side. Now 5-pointed star. It's my fave. Or hands behind the back. It's my other fave. And start to hinge forward. As you find your wide-legged forward fold, hands can come down at any point. But it's true. I think in this society, if you're not strong, if you're not harsh, you're seen as weak. The person who can listen and listen without judgment, to me, is a stronger person. The person who only talks and doesn't listen, they don't quite get it. And I've been guilty of both. The one that talks and the one that listens. There's, in the back office of Mystic Fitness, there is this thing that Amy has up, and it says, is it true? Is it necessary? And is it kind? And I think right now a lot of those things might be missing from our baseline, from our conversations. But I come back to that. Mean should never be the way. It just can't be in my book. And I do not fight fire with fire. I fight it with love and water. Bend those knees and roll up to standing. As we roll up to standing, all toes are going to go towards that right side, so towards the back of your mat. We're going to swing that left ankle on top of the right thigh, coming into our figure 4. Yes. So again, hands can go to heart space. Tip the torso forward. And then once we tip that torso forward, start to allow for the hands to go anywhere that feels comfortable, bending into that right knee. Notice how you adjust and shift. That's life, adjustment, shifting, coming back to breath. And maybe when we start to get upset, we step back and become the observer. Step back. Slowly coming on up, inhale. Now unhook the foot, step back into our goddess pose. Step back into goddess, start to sink down. Let it be fluid, let it feel easy, let it feel fun. Even smile, like give yourself a big old honkin' smile. Think of something that brings you joy and it becomes infectious, right? I can't tell you how many times I'm driving and I'll just be at a stoplight, I look over, I see someone smiling or singing, and instantly I'm like, yes, yes, smile and sing. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, elbows draw down, bend those knees. Inhale up and exhale down. 3 more times. Inhale up, squeeze everything at the top. Exhale, sink on down. Press into those heels 2 more times. Up and down. Last time. You are strong and you are powerful. Hold it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly press to come up. All toes to the front of your mat. Sweep the arms up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, hands down. Soften left knee and step it to the back of your mat. Plank. Pause here, deep breath in. And exhale, high plank, low plank. Block in my way. Inhale to either cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale to your down dog. Take that right leg. We're gonna reach it up to the sky. Inhale. As you exhale, hug the knee into the chest, coming into our pigeon pose, dropping shin down onto the ground. Now, once you drop that right shin down, keep the left toes tucked and pull back the left hip a few times. Notice there's space that you can create before relaxing the top of the foot down. Now, if this feels too aggressive, you can always just open up the left knee, letting the arch of the foot come down towards the mat and inside of the knee. It's a beautiful place. Now, in tri-yoga, which is a little bit of a different modality, they do what's called swan bows. It's not a pigeon, it's a swan, and I kind of like that too. So we're gonna do a couple of those. On your inhale, roll forward. Tuck that chin, exhale, lift to come up. Inhale forward. And roll to come up. Now this time as you come forward, maybe pause at the bottom. Arms can move and adjust. Hands, blocks can help support the body any way that feels comfortable. Maybe bringing a block underneath the right hip, underneath that right glute can feel really supportive. Notice what happens within the jaw. Notice on that bigger level. In this world, what brings my attention is the fact that I think, with myself included, there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear that grows within us that kind of presses us and pushes us to make choices. Fear might keep us inside. Fear of the unknown, fear of the known. Simplicity, breath, becoming that observer helps for us to live with the fear. Things don't go away. That's not what life is about. But what happens is that we start to notice if our attention needs to be drawn in that direction. Give yourself another breath. Notice how this tension can feel really strong. How do we make it feel better, softer, gentler? Those conversations with ourselves are really important. Slowly letting those hands go underneath the shoulders and letting the torso come up. Tucking the right toes, left toes, and lifting the knee off of the earth. Coming up into that down dog or tabletop. And then we'll let that left leg lift up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, come forward, drop it down into pigeon. Left shin comes down to the mat. That right foot is gonna pull back, pull back, pull back. Again, inside of the knee or the arch of the foot might feel a better place to go. Modify it the way you see fit. So we'll get into those little swan bows. Inhale, the chest is gonna roll forward. Tuck the chin, exhale, lift to come up. Roll forward. This time as you roll forward, let your body just sink down. You might notice the top of the right knee, if you have it facing down, is it really facing down? So you can adjust, shimmy, shake, relax the shoulders. Let everything settle. Come into the simplicity of your breath. The simplicity of being here now. To step out of the thought vortexing cyclone. After all, in life, there's no winners or losers, there's just living. This analogy is so often what my meditations are based on, and it's this book that we have of our life. We all have the beginning and we all have the end, but it's how we fill all of those chapters in between that matter. I was playing Candyland with Hazel last night, and I turned to my husband and I said, I want to remember this moment. I say that a lot when I'm around my friends and family. I just want to remember this moment. It's those little moments that come together that bring us joy, that bring us peace. In this moment, we're safe. All is well in this moment. Take another deep breath in. And out. Slowly letting those hands press into the earth and lifting up the chest. Instead of coming into down dog, of course, if you need to, you can do it. We're just gonna shift over to that left leg and swing the legs forward, extending the right leg forward, and the left foot is gonna go to the inside of the right leg. Letting the arms lift up to the sky, take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, start to hinge forward towards that right leg. And while you're here, moving the head, the neck, the shoulders, even tucking the chin or lifting the head. You might imagine that you're pulling that right hip back and thinking about the belly going towards the thigh. And of course, if you want to round over it, you can round over it. We just meet ourselves where we are, not where we want to be, not where we were yesterday or 10 years ago. To be human is this wild memory that we have in us, and that memory changes, believe it or not. It changes with our mood. It changes with our lens of perception. The reality is that this moment is the moment that we're in. And that's it. We enjoy the past moments, and then we move on to the next breath. Maybe we start to have an impact in a smaller community, in the community around us. And getting our hands dirty with our own community to let there be soil in which that we can grow together. Slowly letting the body lift up. Move really carefully here as you come up so that there's no pressure in the lower back. Left arm up to the sky, and you're going to bring it behind the left hip. And then we're going to roll up, coming onto the left shin. Hips lift up to the sky. You can reach back with that right hand. Take a deep breath in. And then slowly releasing the hips down. And then we'll just gracefully kick that left leg out. Right knee starts to bend. The foot goes to the inside of that left leg. Gently twist towards the extended left leg. Gentle bending of the knee can help. Arms reach up to the sky. And on your exhale, start to hinge forward. You know, some of us in life, we go through it hoping, just like as we climb our mountains, if you're a hiker, we climb with the anticipation of what's to come at the top of the mountain. As I gain years in my life, I actually anticipate the journey before and after the mountaintop and after the view. Like, that's what makes my life and my happiness. Isn't necessarily the breathtaking view, it's part of it. But what gets my attention is my own strength, is how I can change my mindset at a moment's notice from going from that internal struggle to seeing the world around me, to see the creatures of life that are just there if I just got out of my own head. And so I get out of my head. And step by step, we go through this together. Give yourself one more deep breath in. And out. Inhale, lift to come up. Slowly, right arm up to the sky, bring it behind the back. Lift the hips up. Extending that right arm towards the back of your mat, maybe circling out the ankle or even circling out the left arm. And slowly releasing the hips down. Hands are going to go behind the back and just drop both knees over to the right. And then lift up and drop them over to the left. And then one more time, lift them up, drop them over to the right. Lift them up and drop them over to the left. Lift them up, hug into those knees, and roll onto your back. And we'll just take a spinal twist, dropping both knees over to the right side. The left arm, for me, is going to lift up above my head. Feels pretty good for the inside of my shoulder. If that doesn't feel good for you, you can always bring the arm closer into the body. Let the jaw soften. Let the cheeks become hollow. Let every breath be a breath of gratitude. Thank you, body. Thank you, mind. Thank you, heart. Thank you, fingers and back. Thank you, intuition. Letting the knees lift up, and we'll let them make their journey down to the left any way that feels good. Left arm can go on top of the right knee, and again, option with that right arm to go anywhere that feels comfortable, maybe above the head or close in towards the right side of the body, feels a little bit more supportive. Your only care right now is to focus in on the breath. to let go, to let go, to let go. And slowly letting the knees lift up, maybe giving them a quick squeeze into the chest, and then letting them extend down the mat. Find a full, long pencil stretch of the body. And we'll come into our Shavasana. Letting go of what happened or didn't happen during practice. And consider these words by Wendell Berry. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound in fear of what my life and what my children's lives may be, I go and I lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting for their light. And for a time I rest in the grace of the world, and I am free. Shanti. 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 Om. Notice yourself on the mat. Take a deep breath in. And bringing one hand to your heart space and the other one on your belly. May we trust our intuition. May we lead with love. And may we always find ways to bring us back to this moment. All that I am, every little piece of me, bows to all that is within you. Be well. Namaste.